Hey everybody, it's time for chapter 20 of Alienated, but of course first, as always, we do a shout out, and today's shout out is actually a double shout out to Cosmo and Ashton, both in London. I hope you guys are doing well, taking care of yourselves and taking care of your families and being helpful at home. So this is chapter 20, School Days and Rocket Nights. The one class I'd always loathed before moving to Groom Lake was fast becoming a firm favorite. Drama was a lot more fun when you were the leading man. Octo was cast as Mercutio, Romeo's ill-fated best friend, and a Yazzer beast called Cresert was typecast as Tybalt. In Art Imitating Life, Romeo also had an unsupportive father to be played by a Martian called Quudo. I was starting to master the Shakespearean dialogue and loved every scene with Juliet. I don't know if it was my crush, the fact that human survival depended on my wooing her, or her otherworldly acting skills, but when we were on stage, I was convinced that we were destined to be together. When we rehearsed Act 1, Scene 5, Romeo and Juliet's first meeting, the energy was electric. I got to lean in and kiss her for the first time. Then move not, while my prayer's effect I take, and my lips literally sizzled. It felt like a small fraction of the power of the universe passed between us. It was energizing and alien all at the same time. And I wasn't the only one who seemed to be crushing. A natural pairing off had occurred in our little rocket crew. While Octo had moved to my never-before-occupied best friend position, even inviting me over to his tank for dinner, Houston and Sonya became a dynamic duo. At the hangar, they were completely in sync, passing each other the right tools without so much as a word between them. And when they did talk, they finished each other's sentences. "Is there something going on between you and Sonya?" I asked Houston one night, my curiosity getting the better of me. "No, we're just friends, and work well together, and..." He looked round to check to see that she wasn't close by. "Why? Do you think she likes me?" "You guys seem pretty tight," I said. "Is that a good thing on this planet?" I smiled. I was glad I wasn't the only one embarking on an interplanetary, cross-cultural romance. Romeo and Juliet may have had warring families keeping them apart, but Juliet and I, Houston and Sonya, we had intergalactic culture to overcome. One night, after an intense session assembling the cockpit, I crept back to the hangar because I'd forgotten my backpack, but I wasn't alone. As I rounded the corner, I heard footsteps, one set soft, the other heavy. At first, I was scared our secret assembly space had been discovered, but as I ducked behind the nearest stack of pallets to see who was there, I spotted Sonya and Houston, dancing. Sonya soared with graceful jumps that were a complete mismatch to the black overalls she was wearing. And Houston wasn't just following her lead, he was stalking her, just a couple of paces behind, never taking his eyes off her for a second. It wasn't until he projected a floating image of Sonya dancing that I realized he was filming her, recording and playing it back in full 3D holographic glory. He was helping her to practice the Balor Opera, the ritual dance her species performed for the Neds. I watched in secret for over an hour, being tucked away, watching my friend practice an amazing array of jumps, lunges, and vocal acrobatics. It was a pretty good night's entertainment. I smiled, but it was only a small smile. Sonya looked so happy dancing with Houston. I just wish the dance didn't come with the death penalty. All right, that's chapter 20. It was a short one today. Tune in tomorrow for chapter 21. More shout-outs to come. Everybody, stay safe, stay inside, take care of each other, and take care.